Hello and welcome everyone, it's Omleet and it's my first PvP video. And it does not bring me great joy to bring you this is my first PvP video because this is a Spellderp meta. So we have rocket towers which do true damage to everything. And it's staving off a few strategies, but this gold rush modifier doubles your passive income, which makes it very hard to control the gold in the game and thus get an advantage against your opponent. It kind of trivializes a lot of the objectives around the maps, and it incentivizes just going for the base. And there are a couple of strategies that have kind of shaken out that I've seen. A lot of people are doing like these beefy chonker boys, but in my opinion, the king strategy is the Spellderp strategy, where you just go base. Base is the place, remember? Yeah, it's coming back. And we got the Stonebind, and I think the Stonebind modifier also helps the meta develop in a little bit different ways, and it allows you to get a little bit of cheeky, base rushes going on with gargoyles and raiders. But I'd say that Gold Rush is really incentivizing this kind of spell-heavy spam. So in this video, you're going to see 3 matchups against a level 9, a level 10, and a level 7 player, and I'm just going to show you how that works. So we've got this cheap deck. I'm basically running a bunch of cheap minis so I can cycle to my win condition, which is Jaina, into the execute. And we've got the Dark Iron Miner to try and snag a little bit extra gold while we're waiting. Ghoul is a nice mini that allows you to buy time by stacking up enemy minis because he's so tanky. And then we've got execute, which we take the knockback talent on, but you can also take the gold reduction one to cycle better. I like the knockback just because it buys me a little bit extra time against these big death ball pushes. And then I really like Arcane Blast in this deck because it allows you to snipe enemy Merc Eyes very quickly. And also it's just a great tool for cycling. So let's get on to some matches. Starting out here, we have a Baron matchup. Baron is pretty good on this map. I think that his ability to just run down the center allows him to secure a lot of gold. I use my Dark Iron Miner to get that gold on the left. And I should be sending just everything down mid, I believe, just to try and challenge. And I'm using Execute to try and chip down his base now. So this is my first misplay in the match. These Harpies are on the left. I should have been dealing with them with the Arcane Blast. Very effective, cost-effective answer to them. But I end up letting them get next to my base, and I take a significant damage as a result. So now I'm just going to continue to execute the base. I think that execute was probably just a little bit greedy. You should be trying to defend your base before trying to get extra damage out there. And so now I'm going to be trying to play catch up as I'm quite far behind, but I am still doing some damage to the enemy base. I use Arcane Blaster to remove the troll and get a little extra damage on the base. These matches are really hectic because of how much gold is going out, so it's kind of hard to narrate everything that's going on. But you can see here, this guy is kind of following a formula. He's just sending Harpies down left. Now he's sending them down right. I'm going to use Arcane Blast to protect my Dark Iron Miner, secure the rest of the gold there. He gets Defies Bandits. I should have seen that and denied them with the Arcane Blast. And my ghouls are kind of pushing up mid. You can see they're extremely tanky. It's going to be hard for him to take back the middle now that I've set that up. So now I have good control of the middle. And the gold that comes with that is going to work in my favor to do a little bit extra damage to the enemy base. You can see I'm being a little bit expensive by using my Arcane Blast to kill those Harpies, but I am trying to cycle into my Jaina and continue to execute the base. I still haven't gotten a solid rhythm to what I need to do here with this strategy. And so now I'm just trying to continue to send things down mid. He realizes he's lost mid because there's 3 ghouls. There's no way I'm going to lose all that. And I see the Harpies come out, so I'm preparing to basically execute and try and Arcane Blast these away. So now that I've Arcane Blast middle, it's pretty solid. I actually could have just won there by Arcane Blasting his base. And I'm going to peel off this Baron with my Defies Bandits and execute the base one more time. You can see very easy to win with this strategy. You don't have to think too hard. You just got to be quick and looking around the map often and looking to just remove those light threats with Arcane Blast while chipping down the base with Execute. So next match here, again, this is a Drakki. We're going to be worried about a big death ball coming at some point. I'm going to try and secure the gold with my Dark Iron Miner again, and I'm pushing down mid. He was very slow to establish his push down mid, so this gives me a big gold advantage. Now, I'm not spinning it fast enough. If I'd been cycling a little bit faster, this would have been a much more decisive victory, in my opinion. So, unfortunately, because I wasn't cycling, now I am going to have to contend with this big death ball. It might have been better to try and split up the Shaman, and then with the execute knockback, and then try and snipe it with Arcane Blast, just to try and not have to deal with this initial death ball. But as a result of him setting it up and having 2-level advantage on me, it's going to be very difficult to deal with it. You see, I've wasted a lot of gold dealing with it, and it may have even been better to just Zerg his base down with executes, because I'm basically 1 set of Arcane Blast and 1 execute away from killing him at this point. So if I could have just used Jaina to continue to slow him with the snare, instead of wasting the 3 executes that I have and the full Arcane Blast that I could have done, I probably could have killed him in that amount of time. But you can see I'm very low at this point, and he's spent a lot of gold. I have a good push going on the left. He hasn't really secured any of the gold in the middle, which has worked to my advantage here. And now my Jaina is going to secure the middle against these whelps, and this Griffin Rider is going to hold the left. So because he doesn't seem to have any big spells going on, he can't actually execute my base. If he has spells, I think I would have just instantly lost this game here. But I'm able to kind of just repel this on the left because he didn't have a shaman supporting his push, so it was possible to push him back. And now he has a shaman supporting his push on the left, so I'm realizing, oh, I actually need to just nuke down his base. So I don't think I have quite enough damage yet, so I don't commit the Arcane Blast because I'm kind of low on gold. I cycle into the Dark Iron Miner to take the gold on the right, and then I start setting up my push on the left to try and slow him down just enough. And I see that I can just execute him and Arcane Blast and take the victory there. So very nice against a level 10. But yeah, spells very scary. And so I wanted to show you a spell cleave against someone who is lower level, just to give you an idea of how ridiculous it actually is. This is so derpy, just how you can just go after the enemy base and not really have to respect their pushes too much. Now, I don't particularly think that this player has like the best talent setup. I was looking at his Necromancer, and his Necromancer here is going to summon a bunch of just pathetic skeletons here. But I do like these Arcane Blasts that you can do against it. Basically, it lowers their health just enough so Jaina will one-shot them, and then that distracts him further because he has to summon a few more skeletons. So because of this level difference here, this guy is not really able to contest me. But I do underestimate the power of this Stonebind, and you'll see here that he's able to get a Gargoyle next to my base. Now, if he's a higher level, it would be a lot more threatening, and that's like one of the few things in this meta that has the potential to add a little bit of intrigue to it. But I think when Spellbind goes away, it's going to be a lot easier to defend this sort of thing. So I use a knockback to just knock back this Gargoyle and completely trivialize it. And now I use an Arcane Blast to decloak this Worgen. That's why I really like it. It's just a super flexible spell, and it allows you to kind of cycle into your primary win condition here, which is the execute, and get back to Jaina so you can continue to nuke down the base. So yeah, Spellderp, pretty ridiculous strategy. not a whole lot of skill involved, I'm gonna be honest, but it is kind of fast. I do like how fast the meta feels with this modifier. I just don't think that this modifier is the highest skill modifier out there. You know, it kind of trivializes control and making good trades, and it's more about just setting up a good kill window and going for it and executing it, so to speak. So, oh, by the way, you can actually level up heroes. I thought I heard you couldn't, but I guess so. So that's my video. That's my first PvP video. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to catch you all on the flip side. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.